We're live.
We're live.
We are live.
Nice.
That we are.
I'm alive.
We're very live. Welcome to the Working Overtime podcast for the first episode. Already fucked it. Talking about stuff and things. Fucked it again. I guess the first topic to start off would be the standard of content, which would be quite ironic, seeing that we have a standard of content that's not going to be, well, it's going to be up for debate at some point.
Sounds good.
We'll review it down the line.
Yeah.
We'll review it down the line.
Before maybe jumping into that, should we maybe introduce ourselves very quickly for anyone who might be not aware?
Who wants to start?
Go on, Bleach.
Bleach? Yeah, there you go. There's Bleach.
My name's Hayden. I'm 28. I'm a Pisces. I enjoy long walks on the beach. And you should totally go and follow my Twitch channel, the Grey Fox __. So
No messing around with the plug in there.
No, gotta get him in.
go get it in, mate.
Yeah, hi, I'm Mike. I stream Football Manager stuff over on twitch.tv/m_breezy. And I don't know what my star sign is because I don't really care.
Haven't they all moved? Haven't they? Didn't all the
Yeah,
stuff
they
happen?
added an extra one. It's fucked everything up.
Oh, have they? Oh, then it means even less than it did before. So
I'm Scott. I stream Rocket League at Sucker 100 and other games. Phasmophobia mainly because
love
Don't get scared
Phasmophobia.
that much.
Love Phasmophobia.
My heart doesn't.
I'm fearless, heart of steel.
Big fan of Phasmophobia.
Big balls.
Love me an EMF reader.
I guess the very quick thing to segue to for the story that Hayden missed out on. So we was talking about just the standard of lazy content and how probably sounds a bit sexist, but girl streamers usually have quite an easy time starting up on Twitch. And Hayden, we came across someone the other day who
Okay.
I have a bit of a past with.
Oh. Oh. I mean, I'm not surprised given your past, Bleach, but okay.
I mean, obviously not going to name drop, but when we found her, she was on 7.5k followers. She's
Lord
now
of
gone up
mercy.
to 8.9 within 2 days.
Is she selling her bathwater yet? Because that seems like a real winner.
She isn't, but if you play your cards right, you might be able to see some double clicking.
I don't know what that means.
What does that even mean? The hell does that even mean? Double clicking.
Not going to go into it.
Okay, great.
Did something happen to you, Bleach?
He's
Somebody hurt
traumatized. Boy's traumatized.
It's been a really rough time, to be fair. But it's been a really rough few weeks. Yeah, so obviously the lazy content where we was discussing before about girls saying $5,
$5.
$5 a month, $5 a month.
Yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen that, that was a Twitch streamer by the name. I'll name drop her because it's out there. But by the name of Bad Bunny, was it? Is it Bad Bunny or something like that?
Yeah, Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah,
There was a couple around the same time, weren't there?
Yeah, it was her. It was her and someone else whose name I can't remember. But it was basically just laying into her viewership because she had a whole chat like not enough people watching with subscribers, and she was basically going on about
It's $5 a month.
Yeah,
you can't afford $5 a month.
Yeah, essentially shaming her audience for not subbing, and basically making the point of if you have enough time to watch Twitch content for free, you should be able to afford it or something like that.
Pretty much, that was the gist of it. Yeah, I've seen that one.
But she is really hot, so
I
fuck off.
disagree, but okay.
How?
Because I think her personality makes her unattractive to me.
But just on a pure physical,
On a
pounding level, right?
Meh.
Pound it.
Meh.
I'll be honest, I couldn't pick her out of a lineup. I've seen the video, but I couldn't figure it out.
on a level of clapping cheeks, though.
Anyway.
Have we move on?
That aside.
Yeah.
But is her content shit?
Well,
I've never actually watched it, so
Shit. I mean, she sits. Are we talking about the pillow one? Because there was 2, wasn't there?
the Bad Bunny girl, she does like a political, left-leaning political sort of just chatting thing. So
They all fucking do.
I would say the content isn't tailored for me, and from the looks of it, it's just her sitting there talking about left-wing stuff, I guess.
But how low cut is that shirt? Because that's what's going to be drawing the numbers in, right?
From what I saw, I can't remember.
I joke.
to be fair, it would do, I guess, if the
what's
the Twitch population, or like that gender wise, is like
it's got to be mostly
78% men or male, is it not?
Is it really that heavily lean towards male streamers?
Oh yeah.
Oh really? I thought it was a lot more even than that. I didn't realize it was like 80. I would have guessed. I would have guessed majority, but I wouldn't have guessed that.
Who the fuck do you think is all the viewers in there?
Oh no, but I thought I thought you meant streamers, not actual like just people on Twitch.
Oh no, just
like,
of the the kind of
just Twitch users.
Twitch users user base is, I think it's like 78%.
I think it seems a lot more even as well, because a lot more females are kind of like pushed up to the top when you look at like views and stuff.
But
which is great for them. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, if I could sell my bathwater for $100 a jar, I'd be shipping that shit out.
I think the difference is though, like I think we spoke about this before, but the trajectory of female streamer is quite quick because of the amount of viewers you can kind of pull in an instant. But say like for male, you kind of it kind of flips down the line. So like for males, it's kind of like a snowball effect quite late. I found like it's statistics, I believe.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it's a slower creep.
Yeah, whereas for some female streamers, it does fall off because the viewership is so flaky. So it's a bit
fluctuates a lot.
Because obviously, Mike, how long have you been streaming for now? Like consecutively since lockdown?
Probably I think since March. I think March was when I first like around the start of March. So about 7 months.
7 months. Okay, and this person that we came across the other day, who I kind of know, she's been at it for 3 months and is already like on 8,500 followers.
God, I love those numbers.
And I mean, it sounds hard to like critique without sounding like a triggered fucking neckbeard. But essentially, like like some of her content, I was speaking to Scott, was like going through her VODs, and literally, she has one VOD where she was live for like 11 hours on just chatting. And I know you can say that, they're putting in the grind for it, blah blah blah.
But that grind.
But, I mean, just doing this, and fucking Mike and you guys were in there when she got really passive aggressive because someone said, "Oh, you didn't read my comment," and she's like, "Well, if you could be like that, I'm going to ban you."
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she did get a bit. The thing is with it though, I'm kind of like, I'm just like it can. I think when you're someone who streams, like you can look at stuff like that where it's like it's literally just like people just like doing it, like you said, doing a just chatting thing for hours on end, and there's not really much in a way of a personality there. And it's fairly, especially when it's a female streamer, I think it's fairly obvious into what the reason is for why so many people, mainly men, I guess, are tuning in to watch, right? But like at the same time, I'm kind of just like, if that's a part of Twitch that's there to be
exploited,
I guess exploited. Yeah, I was trying not to use that word, but I guess like it kind of is the thing for it. But
I fully agree.
I say exploited, not as in like like not in a negative sense, just in the sense of the word, meaning there to be used. Kind of
you
thing.
You can't knock the hustle. Like
no, to be fair,
if
I could take advantage of something like that, I totally would.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't knock it.
I don't think, like, even though we're critiquing the content they're doing is quite lazy, it's quite minimal effort content, I do not blame them for taking advantage of that like climate that we're in, where they're just gonna like, oh, if I put in minimum effort, I'm gonna fucking soar either way.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like, don't get like. I mean, I can easily admit to it. Like, if the roles were reversed, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Same, yeah.
It'd be fucking easy. Like, the issue isn't necessarily the issue's kind of them for the lazy content, but the main issue is just I mean, the viewership really high viewers.
Yeah, I mean, with like as I said, with time you do grow.
Yeah,
inevitably.
well,
So
it's like that. Scott, who was that fucking Geordie girl who's on about? And we popped into her stream. She was like brand new. She's a YouTuber.
I can't remember. We spent critiquing so many other people's streams.
Oh, yeah. Basically, like she's I think she's friends with like True Geordie or something like that.
Is this Bambino Becky?
That's it.
She's Welsh.
Welsh.
Outside the M25, and it's all up north.
They all sound the same. But it's like
fucking land then.
I remember I remember you. Sorry,
Yeah.
I remember you mentioned this to me the other day actually, and I actually went and because I watched her stuff on YouTube, so I went onto her Twitch. I think it was earlier today.
Any more effort?
Yeah, I didn't think there was anything actually that. I think she, from the looks of it, her past broadcast went back like just over 2 weeks, I think, and she's been doing like a lot of Among Us stuff. Recently.
When Scott popped in, she was streaming Fortnite.
At the wrong resolution.
At the wrong resolution, there was no audio playing on the game, so it was muted. All of her like widgets and stuff like that was playing were just the default widgets where you can tell that she threw it together in like 5 minutes.
I'm actually willing to give her a pass on that one though, if that's the case. Because
I use some of the default widgets.
Well, no, I was, but I was.
I'm saying like
I can't dig at that.
I think if you are a content creator on another platform and you move to say you are quite an established YouTuber and you make a transition to Twitch, you should have enough experience with like building something that you should at least put an effort.
But
I think you find like the majority of the like, especially for that level, especially where she had like such involvement with, was it like Sidemen and stuff like that? She's probably got a person to do it for her, and she has no idea what to do herself.
And I was going to say as well, like I think I kind of get what you're saying, but I think it depends on what type of sort of transition over. If it's literally just another revenue stream, which if that's the case, that's fine. But like her main thing is her YouTube channel, right? Like that's the main thing that she puts all the effort into. But if she looks at Twitch of just like, well, I've already got this audience on YouTube that I can just easily bring over to Twitch, and then it's another additional. It's another additional source of income, and they're going to watch anyway, and they're mainly watching because I imagine her audience are mainly watching for her. I don't think they're really that bothered about how the stream looks or anything like that. It's not like a new streamer who perhaps needs to put in a little bit more work to get that to sort of stand out from the pack. Like she doesn't really need to do that,
Yeah, no, like you're not wrong. I can't disagree with what you're saying. Like you're not wrong, but I still feel like that there should be some kind of like you could tell that there really wasn't any effort put into it because because in some situations I think you can get away with not putting in much effort. Like for example, I saw that like I don't even like them as content creators, but like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, I'm not a big fan of them. Never really have been. But what they've essentially done is they've transitioned to filming their YouTube channels on Twitch. So if you go on their Twitch, like it's such a basic and minimal like look, but you can tell that what they do is now they just lift their VODs from there and put them to YouTube instead of them like, and then they'll edit it before they put it onto YouTube, which makes sense because what they're doing is they're just like adding the tiniest step, and they're probably like doubling their revenue coming in.
I don't know if I would say doubling. I don't know if I would say doubling though, because there was that whole adpocalypse thing on YouTube, wasn't there? Where it got a lot like the revenue lift, like the revenue raised from ads dropped significantly, and then it was a lot harder to get ads.
It did, but for those sort of YouTubers now, let's say your Markiplier, Jacksepticeye levels, like they now. Well, one, they're probably exempt from that anyway because they're like the poster boys of YouTube, and I think now I think from what I understand, I think YouTube has a lot more. Some would accuse them of sort of favoritism towards certain YouTubers, or at least have done in the past.
The rules on YouTube for fucking adverts are fucking bonkers now.
Yeah,
it's like it has to be like family friendly, otherwise they won't put ads on it. But you can't do videos targeted at children.
No.
So it's like if you make videos specifically to get ads on, they're like then you can't have adverts on them because they're targeted for a younger audience. It's insane.
Well, I think the 90% of well, not 90%, but the vast majority of revenue that YouTubers make that isn't from their own merchandise and stuff like that is from ad deals,
sponsorships, like brand deals.
Yeah, brand deals. So I don't know if it's ad deal. Brand deals like Honey, fucking Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah. Before we get into today's video,
what's the new one? It's Is it Manscaped?
Manscaped.
Yeah.
Manscaped thing.
I will
speaking of which, before we carry on with
the I will say I saw a Manscaped. I just one of their adverts popped on a video I was watching a few months ago, and it was like a proper 2-minute long video. But I think the introduction to the advert was like a guy going to shave in his bathroom, and then Jesus appears. And it's very rare that an advert will grab me within the first 5 seconds, but I end up watching the whole advert, and by the end of it, I was like, I might have to buy one. Like, that looks incredible.
Yeah,
it's a great advert.
It's one of the only things I've seen on a YouTube advert and thought, do you know what? That might be useful.
Yeah, exactly. And I do use Honey as well, to be fair. That is also very good.
Oh, is that the add-in for...
yeah, it's great. It's great. I've saved myself at least...
I use Honey.
Saved myself at least 20 quid the past 6 months.
We're not plugging it. We're not endorsed.
No, we're not sponsored, but...
I don't have Honey. I'm the clean one.
If there is anyone from Honey, though, whose job it is to go through content creators' channels and find potential sponsorships...
Where you going?
Get in while you can.
Yeah.
We're going to be big, boys. We're going to be big.
Yeah. I say this, I still haven't been sent a chair by any company, so I wouldn't hold your breath out for too long on that one. I'm still waiting on that free chair for anyone, literally.
Holding out, yeah.
So, as he was talking about just the level of just lazy content, but then you also get to the side of like batshit content, where Hayden, this is going to be the one for you. So there's this guy called was it Nick Caputo on. I'm happy for saying his name because he's got 5,000 followers.
And he posted the fucking video, so it's like
the video. Let's watch the video first.
All right, let me find it.
And I'll start to go into how much of an absolute cunt this guy is. Honestly.
Should I be worried about this video? I don't know. I assume I haven't seen it.
I probably should have put a mature warning on this channel before we went live, but it's fine. We'll know for next time. Right, let me just make sure.
It's got to land at some point, right?
Oh, it does work. I'm a genius. Right, that's as best as I can probably get it for now. I think. Okay. But you'll get the idea. I'm just gonna throw one out there. If you're a bit squeamish and you're easily grossed out, I'd probably look away from the screen for the next 30 seconds. But yeah.
Let's have a look then. Oh Lord. Okay. That doesn't look like lemonade.
It's the fucking sound.
It's actually fucking grim.
It's the sound of him chugging it.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Oh.
So he chugs piss.
I've got so many questions off the bat for this one.
Sinuses. Okay.
It's to clear his sinuses.
Okay, I think that's enough. Let me get this twat off screen. Christ, sorry. Go ahead.
So that's to clear his sinuses because he's like this health guru, but the shit he posts is ridiculous. He's like, oh yeah, so on his Instagram, what he posts a lot is like he'll post his tweets on a backdrop of a landscape. But for example, his tweets will be, what people think is real food is really junk food. What people think is junk food is toxic chemical waste.
So he's a hippie.
Essentially, yeah.
Oh, mate, there's a hippie, and then there's being this level of just absolute...
See, my main thing with that is, obviously, when you do have a slash, isn't it your body getting rid of the shit?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Why are you putting it back in? That makes no sense. Like,
especially when it's
someone got
color.
to see GCSE science.
That's not fucking hydrated piss. That is a very dehydrated piss, my friend. Drink some water, you'll be fine. That's what you need. You need some water. You don't need to drink piss. You need water.
Well, the reason it's probably so discoloured is it's gone through its system so many fucking times.
All the water's been stripped out of it. That's just fucking.
This is
fucking ammonia.
This is the thing is though with this kind of shit that irks me. It's like, and I mean this in the most sincere way possible. First of all, who the fuck is this guy? Like, he's not a. I assume he hasn't got a PhD. He's not a scientist or a doctor or anything like that. Like, so what? How is he allowed to have this many followers on social media so that he can then post this sort of bollocks on there to impressionable idiots who are going to go, oh, well, the bloke with the lovely tan and the lovely curly hair said it was a good idea to do. So, do you know what I mean? Like,
imagine if you're like You walk in on your son, and he's having a piss in a jar.
I bet he does butthole sunning, doesn't he? I bet he does that.
It's just
legs up in the air and shit.
Does my head in. Is he the same bloke, Bleach, from that? You know, the Let's Cringe video. Where it's not the same dude. Okay.
It's not. Surprisingly, it's not the same dude, but like
similar vibes.
So I was going through his tweets, like you can tell that he's got like such a toxic like mentality. That's why I don't mind going in on him, because like another one of his tweets was like, no, it's like another one of his tweets was, you don't get pimples because of puberty. You get pimples because it's the garbage your parents feed you, and it's starting to catch up on you.
Actually, what pimples are is when your pores get blocked and there's bacteria in them, and the pus is built up of dead white blood cells.
Yeah, but Hayden, everyone fucking knows that. I don't know why he's trying to fucking reinvent the wheel, saying, "Hey, you know, that's all the toxic shit that your parents put into you." It's like, no.
I imagine he read a blog. I just ran with it.
That's where I get all my information. Blogs and The Onion. I like The Onion. That's
You hate being sober, but you've never been sober in your life. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Is that a genuine tweet?
Yeah. If you go on his Instagram page, all of his like, it's just tweets. It's him flexing in the mirrors, like being completely butt nude, fucking like saying shit like, "Oh yeah, hang on, let me read this." It's like, "Oh, if you do this, like, sign up to my fucking email list, and I'll teach you how to do all these breath exercises. They're worth $2,500 easy, but this I'm giving to you for free." It's like, fuck off. You're an absolute cunt. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you like this really like I'm gonna give you a life hack. You just inhale and exhale. It's fucking cold breathing. Fuck off. He looks like a fucking mong as well. I can't stand him. He's an absolute dickhead.
Unbelievable.
Speaking about getting angry though, I feel like we've got another elephant in the room to deal with here.
Oh shit.
Mike.
What have I done?
For a bit of clarification for everyone just wondering, we're fairly new to this, so there's a group chat where we discuss things that we might not talk about.
Are we going there? Okay, no, let's go. Let's go.
Shit,
I'm lost.
We're going. Yeah,
I'll go get the boxing gloves. Hang on, boys.
We're going there. Nice, sweet.
All I'm saying, okay. The first, so for background, I posted a not completed list saying, here are possible topics we may discuss tonight. It's a work in progress. It's not finished. And this isn't verbatim. This is just possible suggestions. That's what I led with. First thing Mike does. What do you say?
Hang on, we're bringing up the fucking WhatsApp chat. You're word for word, man.
You see it on screen.
It's your story. It's your story, mate. You go for
He's got the projector on. He's got the laser pointer, and as you'll see from point number 7.
Well, I mean, some of the points were fairly valid. I get that, but the fact that
fucking backpedaling now.
No, because Mike's doing this thing where he's just quiet, so he's going to make me just speak myself into a corner, and I know this play.
So you should then probably stop whilst you're ahead, right?
You'd think I'd learn from these sort of things.
Okay, now let's hear it.
It was just the fact that I said multiple times that it wasn't completed. I was still adding other things to the list.
Multiple times. Interesting. Okay. No, sorry, I interrupted. Go on. My bad.
I'm sorry. What do you mean multiple times? That's interesting. Every time I fucking reiterated myself. I was saying it's not verbatim.
Interesting. No, go on.
I was hoping it's no fun if you're not going to fire back.
No, I'm waiting for you to read out what I said that was so horrible.
It's a long message. I can't be bothered to read the whole thing.
How? Do you want me to do it? I don't mind doing it. That's fine. It's up to you, mate. It's up to you, mate. Up to you, mate.
Oh, okay. So the things on the list were kind of more heavy topics. I get that. They were quite serious topics, quite heavy topics. But
potentially.
But I did say this is not complete. I'm still adding more stuff. And then obviously Mike inputted, we should probably add more light-hearted stuff. And I was like, yeah, I get that. But what I just said, this isn't all the only stuff we're going to talk about. I'm still adding more stuff to the list. Stop backing me in this fucking corner. I hate it.
You started this. What are you talking about? You dug yourself into this hole. I'd help you out, but you're currently holding a shovel. Carry on.
I've made my peace.
Is that
literally it? Okay. Okay. You've had your piece. Also, let me explain what actually happened then, since like this is apparently such a contentious issue. Christ alive. So yeah, Bleach has spoken the truth. He sent over a list of potential topics for tonight, and I believe if I can just go back here, the text was: "This is a work in progress, still editing. Also, this isn't scripture. This is more to act as a course correction if we fumble for things to talk about." Completely valid. Absolutely got no problem with that. That's absolutely fine. I was having a read through it. I came back with saying, just want to make a suggestion about this. I feel like we should have at least one fairly light-hearted subject, balance out the more serious topics. I'll miss out the middle bit because I don't want spoilers for stuff we may talk about.
It's a very long text.
Yeah.
But the gist was...
Yeah, so maybe, you know, as well as these topics or whatever, or, for example, we covered this particular topic next week and talk about this week, and then on top of that for this week, we can talk about something like how we've been playing Phasmophobia and Among Us, because we've been playing it recently. We all play games on Twitch. It's fairly relevant. If not, then no worries. Just wanted to put it out there, right? And then Bleach came back and said, just irritating, that list section. They're just guidelines. To which I was confused and said, irritating.
It was a typo.
I'm getting there. Don't worry, mate. I got you. It's all good.
You're painting me in a bad picture already.
It's fake news. It's fake news.
Okay, so
don't read up my typos. I very clearly said, "Oh, sorry, that was a typo."
Okay, so he obviously he did instead of irritating, he did mean reiterating. I'll be fair to him, and he did mean to say reiterating. So they're just guidelines. Follow up with, I'm not going to try and make us talk about things non-stop. Of course, we'll be making jokes and adding humour. Haven't got... Right, that's valid. To which I said, yep, get that. Just wonder if going in from topic A into topic B is just a bit much to start off with. Again, could just be me. Interested to hear what everyone else thinks. I think I'm being...
Can we get a poll in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm being fairly diplomatic. I think I'm being fairly diplomatic at that point.
All I'm saying is the consensus. What I was going through was I was just saying this isn't 100%.
Right.
I get that, and then I just feel like, well, I just kept saying this isn't 100%, and you kept coming back with, yeah, I know. I'm just saying this. I was like, I know. But it's not 100%.
So what? We have to wait for you to finish it before we can add orange sessions in, or
no?
Then what's the problem?
What Bleach was trying to say, right? Which I cleared up. Well, I saw it and I was like, do you know what? I'm just gonna solve this issue. Was that Bleach was trying to say we don't have to talk about all of these things. We don't have to only talk about these things. It's just a list to grab at from. That's all he had to say. That's what I was
trying to say.
You didn't say that though, did you? That's the key.
Yeah, then Hayden explained it in a way that I understood. And I was like, okay, cool, perfect, sorted.
In like 3 lines of text.
Yeah, and it was done.
It's simple, man.
Oopsie.
Bet you're glad you brought this up, didn't you?
Did I do that?
Leak the WhatsApp.
Leak the WhatsApp, yeah.
You ain't read the WhatsApp group.
All right.
Not you, fucking swaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
Another awful.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking about awful content.
Yeah.
The F2 freestylers. Nah, it's fine.
Jumping swaz stickers.
Cool. Okay, we moved on from that. Are we all good?
Yeah, I've.
Yeah.
Everybody calm.
Bleach has embarrassed himself enough on that one. We move on.
Oh, this is going to be the ongoing theme, is me just putting my own foot in my mouth.
Fantastic.
Quite literally.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's going to be on my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/bleacharts. That's going to be my plug for today.
I got to register that now and make you buy it off me.
Oh, you can buy all my stuff as well. So I guess again, carrying on with the topic of bad content, this is the part where it's going to get. Got to be really careful with words here. So there's this TikTok trend going along called stimming.
Called what? Sorry.
Called what? Sorry. Yeah.
Stimming.
Stimming.
Okay.
Yes. Now, so what happens essentially is...
Can't look him square. He's so uncomfortable to talk about this. I don't know what it is yet, but like you look very uncomfortable.
It can be quite a touchy subject.
Okay, valid. I'll keep stum.
It's essentially stimming is a thing where people who suffer from autism, when they have a sensory overload,
right,
they all have things called stims.
Right.
Like they'll stim, like it will like make them like have a spasm or like a twitch because it's like a sensory overload. But kids on TikTok have basically jumped onto a trend. So basically, it's been like coming out saying that they're basically self-diagnosed with it.
Wait, hang on. Right, so what's the trend?
So they'll listen to music, like for example, there's this one girl who's like listening to like an orchestra music, and then she came out as self-diagnosed to her doing it, and then like if you read the comments, so many people were saying like, I actually have it, what the fuck are you doing, stuff like that. And like if you go on like if you look at like so many different TikTok communities, it's just filled with like this trend that's ongoing, and it's just
TikTok really is just a cesspool of nothing. It's a cesspool of shit, and it's like I like the ones that are like, I like the TikToks that are like there'll be a girl in a car and it'll be like, oh, you know, calling my boyfriend just a friend to see how he reacts. Do you know what I mean? And like she'll be on the phone and she'll be like, oh yeah, no, I'm just with a friend. And it's like, and it's meant to be all like, what do you mean? Who are you talking to? You must have your phone set up here to capture the two of your seats. He must know. He can see the camera. Where are you filming it from? What's that GoPros would be my question. Why is there a GoPro up there? Don't worry about that.
Are you familiar with who the Hype House are?
Which house is that? Because there are many houses.
Okay, right. Okay.
This is the Hype House right here, because this is the only one that's not in tier 2 lockdown.
So
I can have people in my garden if you.
Is Hype House the new UK one?
No. So the Hype House is where TikTok Jake Paul and all of his friends live.
Yes, you got the fake David Dobrik who lives there as well.
Yeah. So, and I was watching a video about them the other day. I can't remember who did the video. It might have been Jackmate, I think. I think it may have been a Jackmate video. It is the promo. But I think it was like... He showed like a news article. It was like a bit of news story from like an American news station where they go into... They do a feature out where they go into this Hype House and they speak to all the TikTokers, right? And... I hate TikTok. All right, I hate TikTok, and I think it fucking boils my blood that people can make millions and millions of dollars just from doing stuff, just from essentially dancing to music for 7 seconds or 15 seconds or whatever it is.
Can you do that?
Yes, and I can't get millions of quid for it.
But surely something's missing. It's probably your talent that you don't have.
See, this is the thing that irks me, right? So they were interviewing
you being talentless.
Yeah, that's all. I'm over that. I've had years of dealing with that. But like the thing that irks me is they were interviewing this one dickhead who was meant to be their manager, right? And he's talking like, you know, oh, everyone, you know, no one really understands like how hard all these kids work and how much they're grinding, you know, to be the best version of themselves they can. And it's like, you know, all these sort of stupid buzzwords that like influencers use to be like, look how no, we actually are really important. Do you know? And it's like, and literally they're moving the camera around the house and go, this is where we work. It's just an iPhone on a fucking on a tripod. Yeah, we filmed like 50 videos today. Of course you did. They're 15 seconds. That's not an achievement. And you're living in a fucking mansion in LA. Yeah, and it's just, and obviously these kids are the worst, right? There's a reason I called it.
They're tied into some really shitty contracts as well.
There's a reason I called him the TikTok Jake Paul, because it's one of these idiots threw a fucking COVID party during the heights of the pandemic in the States, and then like beat up one of his mates or something. And he pissed on his fans and stuff like that. He's just a turd, and like.
I like Angry Mike.
It's just TikTok is when Vine went. Sorry, I punched the mic. I'm so angry. When Vine went, like,
fucking hell, please.
But the thing is, Vine coming and going was one thing. Like, Vine had some stuff on Vine was quite funny. Like, there was the odd video on Vine that was actually quite funny. But then you had to put up with the fallout from Vine with the Pauls coming over to YouTube and ruining everything. And like, now you feel, well, at least like that's all sort of settled down a little bit now, and everyone's forgot about Vine, and we've made our peace with the Pauls being a thing, and all these like Lance Stewart and all those stupid people coming over. Like they're whatever. They're kind of irrelevant these days. But then TikTok's come about. You've just got a new breed of absolute wet wipes just trying to be famous. Like, I'm sick of it.
I really hate what I'm about to do here, but I'm going to play devil's advocate for TikTok. Now, I hate the platform as well, but this is a big but.
I like big butts. I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
It's a different generation.
Oh Christ!
That's what it is. Because when Vine was a thing, we were the age of the talkers, as you will.
Christ, is that what they're called?
I think I don't know. I'm going to call them talkers. But
call them cunts is what they are.
They're children, Mike.
I don't care.
The raw emotion.
I don't care. If you're old enough to earn a fucking wage, you're old enough for me to call you a cunt.
But I mean, like, when Vine...
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that.
Well, when Vine was a thing, like, I think I'm going to use him for example, David Dobrik. I think me and David Dobrik are the same age, or I'm a tiny bit older than him. But he got his start. It's the same like as Logan Paul as well. They got their start on Vine when they were like our age at that time. So that was like, was it probably like very late teens, like 17, 18? And then I can guarantee you, probably quite a lot of people in their mid-20s were watching them going, "What the fuck are those cunts doing?" I think what it translates to is MySpace versus Facebook and stuff like that. Like, we all did really fucking cringy shit on MySpace. There's no doubt about that. That 100% happened. But we got lucky. MySpace just kind of like, we was all learning. It was all a new thing. We all was kind of learning at the same time. And then we got really lucky for the fact that MySpace just got deleted and all that history just went. But you're getting all these kids now who are growing up, and like all the mistakes they're making is stuff that we learn from. And then like, we got all of our internet history deleted essentially.
The thing is, I do get your point, but we didn't we didn't become millionaires off the back of Facebook, off the back of MySpace. Sorry, Scott.
Well, MySpace is still there. It's not deleted.
No, it's still there. But they what they did is they completely tried to reinvent it, made it all.
They revamped it, but all the profiles are actually still there. Like, you can still go back and see everything.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck off the last 10 minutes I was speaking.
Talking shit again, Bleach. Talking shit again.
But I do get, like, there is this breed of just... It's basically 9 out of 10 influencers are just unbearable. That's what it essentially is.
I wouldn't say the ones that do really well that are just doing, like, 7 seconds of bullshit, and it's like, 1 billion views. It's like, what the fuck? There's people out there making funny videos and stuff that you think like, this is pretty good, you know. This is worth a watch. And then you've got these people going like, I just knocked a cup over. 1 million views. What the fuck?
I think that's the thing that irritates me, is like, if you want, it's why for me YouTube's still like even YouTube and Twitch really I put in this, but I'd probably say YouTube a bit more. But like, I think YouTube, I understand why how people are able to make loads of money off doing YouTube, and I think it's a good thing, because I don't watch TV that much anymore apart from football. I watch most of my entertainment from YouTube, and whether it's someone just playing a video game or like or doing a podcast or like, you know, anything that they put like a lot of effort into in terms of production value, the editing and whatnot, like, yeah, you should be rewarded for that financially, I think. But we spoke about lazy content, right? I think TikTok and even Vine to a degree, but especially TikTok, is the epitome of lazy content.
Yeah, but it's only 15 seconds long, so
that's the thing. Yeah. It's just like, just don't act like you're actually working hard. Like
we jumped on the wrong bandwagon with Twitch, haven't we? We should have gotten a TikTok hype.
Oh, I wouldn't be dead on TikTok, honestly.
But like Mike, you were just saying, like you go on YouTube now, and like the production is so high and stuff like that. Go back 5 years on YouTube, and like YouTube has the platform has changed so much.
Oh
like,
yeah, definitely.
I think probably like the early like the mid noughties. I fucking hate that phrase, by the way. I hate noughties.
The noughties.
Yeah, like the mid noughties, whereas like it's all about daily vlogging, all about fake pranks. That's all it was. Really.
No, I disagree with that because gaming was such a huge part of it as well.
Gaming didn't come in until like 2010s. I feel like. I feel like let's play channels and all about gaming channels were getting really big because around about 2010s, so many of the vlogging channels were like, "Hey, we're making a second channel. It's going to be a gaming channel." Because I think like 2010 and stuff like that was when people like PewDiePie and all the other people.
Yeah, no. To be fair, because I found KSI when I was at uni, so yeah, that makes sense actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm saying you follow that evolution of content. Like for example, did any of you guys ever used to watch CTFXC? That was a daily vlogging channel that I used to really like when I was younger. God, it's aged terribly now, and the guy who runs it is just I can't stand him. But I remember like I'd be excited to watch every single daily vlog, and then like you compare his daily vlogs to say like Casey Neistat's vlogs now, and it's a stark difference. Like the amount of effort that obviously because I think Casey Neistat paved an entirely new way of like your content should be like a production.
Yeah. But then I suppose with that though, that change has allowed and pushed other people who want to get into YouTube to be better and to create better content. Whereas I feel like TikTok, the bar starts and ends where it is now. Like, where do you go from? Do you go? Oh, let's drop it down to 4. Let's up it to 18 seconds. Let's give them a real challenge. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know? Like, that's what I mean. I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, like tastes and everything changes and depending on the sort of time space you're in and whatnot. But like, at least with YouTube, you had all that stuff in like the pre 2010s. In 2010s, it was all gaming and you saw some of the fake prank bullshit. But it was like people like KSI, PewDiePie came through and all that sort of stuff. Now it's like, I guess it's. I mean, I mostly still watch gaming stuff really, and like, but then you got like the sort of the more group stuff. Like Sidemen have blown up massively over the last couple of years.
I've never got the Sidemen.
They're great. They're awesome.
I don't get it.
I do find them quite entertaining.
I have never watched a Sidemen video. I'll be honest with you.
Thank you, Hayden.
Missing out. That's it. We're us on the bottom with the Sidemen fans.
Well, like, I mean, there's no lie like how big the Sidemen have got. I mean, me and Scott were watching. What was that guy who did like those Minecraft realm stuff?
Vicstar.
Yeah, we was watching him do fucking like a tour of my $4 million apartment. It's just fucking beige.
I'll give YouTube shit
Don't
for this.
Beige, right? My whole fucking house is this color.
Yeah. Look at my fucking walls. It's like me going, look at my fucking $1 million fucking room. Got beige walls and I've got a fucking TV on the wall.
I'll be as much as I've praised YouTube, I will give it shit for this right now. That one of the things that is kind of popular at the moment on YouTube is like, look how much money I've got, and it's kind of like as happy as I am, and as much as I think it's deserved that people on YouTube who are smashing it should earn decent money. Maybe not to the amount of money that some of them do, but like at the same time, it's like all you have to do is put like something $20,000 challenge in a title, and that seems to just bang loads of views.
That's what it's me as well. Is they do the pounds to dollars to make it more money as well.
And apparently it fits the algorithm better as well. It's something to do with the YouTube algorithm. You have to put dollars.
It's fucking bullshit though, because when me and Scott watched that video, the next day I got recommended another guy from the Sidemen. What the fat guy who's now thin?
Ethan.
Yeah, him.
Fat guy who's now thin.
You fucking knew who I meant. Shut up.
It was clearly an accurate description.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking fair play. I mean, he lost weight. I mean, I'm not bashing him for being fat. That's not the point. It's just a description. Anyway.
Get that shovel back out, please.
Bleach is the imposter.
Oh yeah. He made a video like that as well, saying check out my £3 million apartment. And you watched it. And then, because I out of curiosity, I watched the video, and at the end, he was like, "Yeah, I'm probably going to be here for like a year and see where life takes me." It's like, you're fucking renting. That rent is not going to cost you. That rent in that fucking flat that's in Stratford is not going to cost you £3 million a year. What it is basically they're just saying,
that's the value of the property.
That's the value of the property. Yeah. You're fucking renting. I bet fucking Vixar ain't fucking renting that fucking beige $4 million apartment.
Do you know what some of that is though? I think some of that is just like youth. I think that some of these people are getting like really popular and earning a lot of their money in their like early 20s.
Yeah.
And like I remember being 18 and thinking like we can go to the pub now, we're all grown ups. And looking back on
20 quid. Yes.
Yeah, looking back on it, I was dumb as a stump. And you know, I think a lot of it is just that kind of the arrogance of youth. And it's like, look at how much fucking cash I've got. And I think like, whereas now I think being a bit older, you're a bit more sensible to be like, maybe I shouldn't be, you know.
Yeah, but I think that just be so arrogant about it. Like they're all our age, aren't they? Well, I think we're all in the same age demographic.
Yeah, mid-20s, mid to late 20s.
But obviously, I get the main point of it is clickbait, but it's such bullshit clickbait.
But then it goes back to the Twitch argument, right? It's with what we're saying about like the female streamers who just go on with barely any clothes on and get a shit ton of views and subs and whatnot. It's like, can you really criticize the person doing it, or is it a fault with the system?
That's what it is. I think really it's the algorithm and stuff, isn't it?
Because it's someone who just to reference the chat briefly. Jared said earlier when we were talking about the whole Twitch stuff, it's the phrase he used was work
smarter, not harder.
Yeah, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah,
and it's I kind of can't really, as much as I don't really enjoy the content, and I think it is boring, like especially the look at my expensive flat thing. But like, if they found a way to make that work, and there's a genuine exploit within YouTube's algorithm they can, you know, take advantage of, then fucking go for it.
I guess it's a bit different when it's your livelihood as well. Like,
yeah,
when I'm streaming, like it'd be great to be able to stream for a living, but realistically, like it's just, you know, it's just something I do for a bit of fun. When you're thinking I've got to get a certain amount of views to make a certain amount of money to pay my bills, I think you have to hedge your bets and play the game, because what you don't want is like, you know, a couple of videos don't do so well and all of a sudden like you can't pay your bills. So you've kind of got to play the game if it's your
man's got to make money. So it's
I mean, like you say, I can't argue with it. You know, make your paper, boo boo.
I just made a whole point. My mic was turned off. My bad. Sorry. I'll reiterate. Like, the thing with YouTube is, like, I think when I had a whole point. I've completely fucked it.
The thing is,
yeah, come back to me. I'll remember what I was talking about.
I think the problem really is YouTube's algorithm, and like, I mean, I've like I listen to a bunch of podcasts, and some of the, you know, one of the podcasts I listen to is some YouTubers, and they were saying like, even people who are successful on YouTube don't really understand the algorithm or how it works or how they've become successful. Because they were saying like, we've been to like talks where there's like really successful YouTubers will do talks on like, you know, how to become successful on YouTube kind of thing. Like, and we're not talking like just doing it for a living YouTubers. We're talking like they're making millions and millions of dollars, kind of successful level. And even they're just kind of like, you know, this is what I do and this is why I think it works. But, you know, it might not be that at all. So I don't really know.
Pure luck. Yeah.
And I think it clearly is an algorithm thing, but it's like, no one really understands what it is.
Yeah, the point I was making whilst my mic was cut off was basically that, like, I think, yeah, in an ideal world, especially on YouTube, I think that the people who make the best content, like, just, you know, like, regardless of like clickbait aside or that stuff, just make the best entertaining content possible, they'll be on top in an ideal world. But I think with a company like YouTube who's owned by a company like Google, and the fact there's so much money pumped into it, and like Hayden said, with all the fact the algorithm is changing so much in terms of, and it's a lot of trend following, like a lot of YouTube stuff is trend based now. Like, Yeah, in an ideal world, it would be who creates the best content, but because of the environment that YouTube sort of turned itself into, you do kind of have to, and it can be the same with Twitch. You know, you do kind of have to play the game a little bit. I feel like, and I won't really begrudge anyone that.
No, and I mean, even like you say about the best content, like that's kind of subjective, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
What you think, what you might enjoy watching,
Yeah,
it might be completely different to me, and you know, something you enjoy might be, you know, right at the top on the suggested thing, and you might think, oh, that's great, you know, good content at the top, and I might see it and think, what is this bullshit?
Yeah. So, no, I completely agree.
Well, I think there's like a thing that you said as well, saying it's all about playing the game, but I think there is playing the game well and then being a complete dickhead with the game. And when you get like it's level of clickbait. Like I keep using it as an example, but I think it's quite a good example most of the time. He's like David Dobrik again. I think his clickbait is always really fucking smart because it's never quite misleading. Like he'll do a thing where he's like, "Oh, surprising mum with a Tesla." It's not his mum who surprised him. If it might be his friend's mum,
right?
But it's still relevant. And like, sure, like you've obviously got these sidemen saying like, "Oh yeah, my $4 million apartment," but it's not your $4 million apartment. You're just leasing it for a year. You're paying nowhere near that. Like say like David Dobrik, he's still buying a Tesla for a mum. Like there's still that expenditure going out. It's still like
I know what you mean. Like, do you remember back in the day on YouTube when you could like you could kind of do you could do video responses that would like tack straight to a video.
I remember
what people would do is do like reviews of other videos kind of thing as video responses. And if that video was really big, your response could get big. And again, I don't mean to dig at them, but pretty girls would do these videos. And like, it would just be like, they would not even really be talking. You could see them in the video. They'd be like, yeah, so this video, and they'd be like clearly looking for the next, like they'd be making a video and looking for the next thing to respond to at the same fucking time. And they would just like shoot to the top because of the views of the original video.
I'm trying to remember what they're called. I think they was called like Reply Girls. Like it wasn't Reply Girls. It's something a bit more like mean. But I remember all the time because literally you'd go on any like popular YouTube video, and then you'd like just beneath the video you'd see like 6 different thumbnails of just cleavage. And if you clicked on any of the thumbnails, all it was basically going to go. It was like a girl going, "Yeah, so I really like the bit where you made that joke. I thought it was really funny. It was a really good video. I really liked it."
Even doing that,
and that's it. And that's all they said. And like they just, if you looked at their channel, they had like thousands and thousands and thousands of just videos, like all 5 seconds long, and that's all it was. It was just fucking just mass fucking shit.
Well, I think it depends on because there's a comment in the chat saying how reaction videos are the worst, like in their opinion. But like I think it depends on how the video's done. So like for example, I know Bleach, me and you both watched Cody Co, like the That's Cringe series, which you could argue is their reaction videos. Arguably, or maybe commentary, but they're still reacting to another piece of content or something. But if it's someone like Jinx, remember Jinx was a bit of a meme back like fucking years ago, where it's literally the video will play and it will just go, and at the end of the video go, "Cool, nice one, guys. Yeah, that video was sick. We'll definitely do more of that. Let's see you tomorrow, man. Smash that like button." And it's just like you didn't do anything. Like I could have just watched the original video.
So I would say that Cody Co is a bit of an outlier in that situation because it's not just like it is transformative because obviously him and Noel will start obviously making jokes and ripping the shit out of people. Because there's also another YouTube channel that I've very recently got into. It's something like Hardman. Right. It's and basically what he does is his friend is a PT who has never been into films, and this guy basically works with him. They're like really good friends. And they're basically, he's getting him to sit down and watch like an entire series of films. So for example, they watched every single one of the MCU films. But literally what it is they'll sit down, they'll talk about like the films before, they'll watch the film, and at the end, they'll then discuss it, and he'll say like what he hated about the film and stuff like that. And like that essentially is a reaction video because like half of the video is like clips of their facial reactions at some points during the movie. Yeah, but like it's transformative enough. It's quite enjoyable because you're watching this guy who like doesn't ever really watch films trying to grasp like say like the MCU.
Yeah,
I rate
Charles Hardman. That says so.
I rate music reactions mainly just from like people like Big Quint.
Oh, Big Quint. Is he still upload?
No, I think he sacked it off.
Oh man,
it's a shame.
Music reactions, I kind of don't mind, purely for the fact that if you enjoy a song and you were like, I wonder if anyone else reacted the way I did. If you were like, you found your the best song, I don't think they're too bad. But there is a couple on there that they're literally just reacting to any music. Like there's one guy, and he was like listening to Nirvana "Smells Like Teen Spirit" the first time, and he uploaded it like a month ago. I'm like, there is no way.
Yeah, bollocks.
You only just have that one.
Bollocks. Like, not a chance.
It's just not possible in your lifetime that you've never heard that song.
No. What? Just one of the most iconic rock songs of all time. Yeah, sure. Fucking waffle.
The Americans listening to Pete and Baz. Have you seen them? Americans just like what the because it's people. They're just like what the fuck is going on? Like,
no, I haven't seen that. No. Oh dear.
But to conclude, reactions are. It's just a waste of content, I think.
I think if they're transformative enough,
they're
good.
If there's like some commentary,
like that. Sorry, go on.
I was kind of like basically what H3 used to do when they were good.
Yeah.
Like I think like the Cody Cohn, like the Holden Hardmans of like reactions. I think it's quite good. There is a good level of like transformity to it. But yeah, when it is like people like Jinx or I mean, because like even when like Scott's kind of included music reactions, some of them can be quite good, but at the same time, I don't think a lot of them are that transformative. Because I've seen ones before where it's like someone's reacting to a diss track, and always them going, "Oh, that bit that was hard, that bit, yeah." And that's the video. I'm like, you're not really
bars.
Yeah,
you're not dissecting the song or actually looking at it. You just.
I think what you said perfectly there, Scott, is like dissecting. Like you get some people who will pause a song and they'll speak about it for a few minutes and they'll go back to it.
Needle drop, for example.
Yeah. It's like, that's good. And then, I don't know, it's fucking, does my fucking head in.
Does my fucking Swede in.
Stupid. Speaking of stupidity, did you guys see what happened in, well, it's not really, it's quite stupid actually, that it's been going on for so long. The Vietnam thing.
No.
which Vietnam thing? Because
a lot of things happen in Vietnam.
Vietnam police sees 320,000 used condoms being repackaged and sold as new.
I saw this.
I did see this.
Fucked up.
I saw the headline and was like, I just saw the headline and just went, nah, not today. Just carried on scroll. I was like, I can't be asked.
Literally, there's pictures of the investigation.
God, what a mess!
There's bags of just used Johnnies, bags of them.
Imagine going through all that training to join the police, and then you get that call.
Yeah. Imagine your job being the guy who's got. So what you do, Mike? You've got your new job. What are you gonna do, Mike? First day, you're gonna take this used Johnny. You're going to clean it out and you're going to repackage it. Imagine that being your job. Holy fuck. How desperate is your life got to be? Like, I wash spaff out of...
one guy going and going, right, you got to just separate the new ones from the old ones. One pile over there and one over there.
Ribbed on the left, thin on the right.
It was steam cleaning them as well.
Oh my god!
Like
fucking hell!
What are they doing with like a pair of straighteners? Just...
oh god!
It's
steam cleaning them. Fuck!
Oh my god!
Imagine a guy with a jet wash, like one bloke holding.
When was this? When did you find this?
It's a fairly recent thing. Hang on, Mike. There is a picture. I don't know if you want to put that on.
Let me review it first.
It might go against terms.
Yeah, that's the thing. Where is it?
Oh fucking hell!
Yeah, I don't want to put that on screen. I'll be completely honest.
Yeah. it's a bag of discoloured Johnnies, FYI.
Yeah.
But it's like the owner of the factory, a 34-year-old woman, reportedly told inspectors that the factory had bought the used condoms from a man in the area.
I've been saving these up for years.
And this is why you do not use Facebook Marketplace.
Sorry.
Collection only. You deliver.
Sorry. I need to retract that. They wasn't steam cleaned. The exact process was, upon arriving at the factory, inspectors found bags of around 320,000 recycled condoms that had been boiled, dried, reshaped, and repackaged.
I mean, from the recycling point of view, I could see.
What did they do with the product?
Yeah,
is my question. What did they just tip it down the sink? Did they like?
God, what you get?
There was a woman who was allegedly boosting her immune system to fight COVID by putting little shots of semen in her smoothies in the morning. Maybe they were selling it to her. Maybe they were like, "You can take."
Like, when you were lifting up that glass, I thought you were inhaling it through your nose.
Clear your sinuses. Yeah, it's not yellow enough to be for doing that.
The human race is fucked.
Yeah,
we're fucked. Like,
and the last bit I'll add to it as well is I love the health official's reaction to it. Was a health official told the I'm not going to try to pronounce the newspaper. It's some Vietnam newspaper that the recycled condoms pose an extreme health risk to users. Quoted, "This must be prevented." That's all they had to say on the matter. Was, hey, this should be happening.
What the fuck are you doing, boys?
No fucking shit. That fucking boiled and reshaped condoms shouldn't be a thing.
Fuck me.
Reshapes as well.
Yeah, there's another picture where literally there's like a board with just a wooden stick, and yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Roll it up.
Roll it back up.
Goodness sake.
Oh, can you just imagine that your life's got to a point where that's your job? Yeah, I take boiled Johnnies and I re-roll them. That's my job, so I do that all day. Do 1,000 a day, mate. Got arthritis in my fingers from rolling all the Johnnies.
You know, you see them videos on like Facebook and stuff where it's like people that are really quick at their job.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is
thousands of little Vietnamese ladies lined up.
This is why the planet is trying to kill us. Honestly, this is.
I know. After this podcast, I'm going to go outside into the garden and just hope for the meteor. You know what I mean?
It's not the world I want to get off.
Fuck me.
And I guess another piece of new news. I guess to lighten the spirits from that fucking disgusting thing.
I just make a point. You said new news.
New news.
Yeah, yes. All news is new news.
So sorry. So what about if I tell you something from the news and you go, "Oh no, that's old news."
So you can have used to be new, but it's not new.
You can have new news.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
News by definition is new.
Yeah, well, and old news is something that used to be news. It is no longer new.
Old news is history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I'm done with it. Did you boys see that,
now.
God damn it! Yeah, I know. So, obviously, you guys know who the Proud Boys are. I'm guessing Hayden will know.
I mean, I do. Yeah, I know who they are.
Oh, well, they're like a bunch of white supremacists, aren't
they? They're like.
They started as a joke. The guy who started the Proud Boys was like, it was meant to be like a joke response to like Antifa, and then all the white supremacists like didn't get it was a joke, and then just were like, yeah, we're all Proud Boys, and then the guy was like, well, this is fucked up. I'm out. That's spurious fact, by the way. That might all be complete bullshit, but I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere.
No, it's true. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's
he was like a comedian.
He's quite notorious for like being a right wing, just trying to like trigger people, and he even sodomized himself on a podcast before to prove how he wasn't bent. He's like, I'm not gay. Look, I'm gonna put this up my ass, and he did it on camera. And it's like, the guy's a fucking idiot. But he made a thing called the Proud Boys, which is just like a right wing militia. You know, like all the people going in America with all the guns and shit like that.
Yeah.
The majority of them are Proud Boys. And what's happened is obviously they use the hashtag Proud Boys on like Twitter and stuff like that. So
I read this story.
Yeah. So what the gay community has done is they have taken over the Proud Boys hashtag.
Yeah.
So now, if you go into Proud Boys, like you'll see a bunch of like right-wing militias, but then you'll see a lot of like
just holding hands.
Yeah, gay couples saying like, "I'm so happy to have you in my life, my husband."
Yeah, it's genius. It's so good. It's so good.
Out fucking standing. I love stuff like that. I love that. That's fantastic. It's similar. It reminds me of it was a story from like years ago. Like, but there was this school somewhere in England, and they like made a rule that like, I think all the girl students had to wear skirts. They weren't allowed to wear trousers. Yeah. So all the boys in the same year turn up next day all wearing skirts.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I fucking love that. That's great. What a fantastic way to
need. More community like that in this country.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah, but we don't need it in our country because we're not fucked like the Americans. I mean, we're not doing great. We're not doing great, but we're not having.
I think we
shoot each other on the streets by trying to be a private army.
No, that's true. But we have what's that group called themselves? Football lads. That's what we've got.
Hooligans.
No, like literally, like it's what the new Britain First EDL group are calling themselves, just football lads. And it's just like, and it annoys me with that because
360 million Americans, so like they're a different kind of fucked, but I'd say they're on the same kind of level. There's just more of them.
Yeah.
So it seems worse because there's just more crazy shit going on.
They have an idiot in charge. We have an idiot in charge. Like,
I honestly think I think America's more fucked than us. The thing that prangs me out is the fact that their Pledge of Allegiance is just, when you really think about it, I think it's quite wild.
Yeah, they do it for school.
They say, it's like my pledge. Like, I don't know the full Pledge of Allegiance, but they say like under God.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, one nation under God.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Imagine that. Imagine living in a country where they force you to like pledge yourself to
a flag,
your country, and God every single day.
And the mad thing is that isn't it part of the U.S. Constitution, or I might be wrong, it might not be part of the Constitution, but there's some U.S. law that says there's got to be a separation of church and state.
Yeah.
And to say, but then, like you say, you're pledging allegiance to your country, which is the state, under God. That's pretty fucking crazy. I think that's just a bit nuts. That's like indoctrinating children, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Well, that's what it is, indoctrination. Like, because the thing, what I find so wild is that obviously over here you do have obviously religion's religion. If you believe in, you can believe in what you believe in, it's fine. I mean, there's some things you probably shouldn't believe in.
There's lines.
There's very clear lines.
Yeah.
Need to say that. But in the majority sense of the word, but it's the fact that like, I think it's even like anti-maskers and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's stupid. I know we have them over here. People are like, "Oh, you shouldn't wear a mask." Yeah, fuck off. Like, yeah. But like over there, they're like, "This is my God-given right." It's like, but they really mean it. Like, oh God me. Like, I think there's so many videos of people saying like, "Oh yeah, God birthed me to this world without wearing a mask. Why should I listen to a man tell me to put on a mask?" It's like, how can you be that invested in a religion to the point where like every single day? I know what I'm saying. I know I'm walking on eggshells.
Just say
you get what I'm saying, though.
I would point out though that when you see things like that, like it's easy to think, like when you see a lot of videos of people being like that, it's easy to think like that's what everyone's like.
Yeah.
And what you do have to remember is it's like the loudest people get the most attention.
Yeah.
And with a lot of things, what you get is you get like the loudest people on one side, and it's just like this small minority, and this loud minority on the other side, and then everyone on this side thinks that's what everybody's on that side's view is, if you know what I mean. And really, it's just a small minority of people kicking up a fuss about something that most people are like, just put the fucking mask on. It's not
that deep.
Yeah, it's just
because it's not a news story, is it? No one wants to read this paper about 300 people came in the shop today and they all had masks on, and it was good.
Yeah,
everything was A-okay.
You know, you wouldn't watch the news if it was today. Nothing happened. Everything's fine.
Today there is no new news.
It's all old.
I would love there to be a day we turn the news on known if it is just everything's fine. I'd love for that to be the case.
That has actually happened before.
Has it?
One day, I think it was years ago, the BBC said like, and today there is no news. I think it's happened once.
There must have been something like they were covering something up.
No, I remember it's like quite famous that there was like
boys, we're going on a deep dive.
I mean, no news is news. So
yeah, to be fair, fair, that's pretty newsworthy. The fact you just told us that story is pretty fucking newsworthy.
Fuck.
Got into a paradox.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Everything Bleach knows is a lie.
I knows on news. Scott got it.
I got it. But yeah.
I think again, I think the reason, like backpedaling, is like we're saying with America and like their such a weird obsession with religion is, I think it's purely for the fact of like how big the state America is.
Yeah,
is because like over here, I mean, how far can you really go to like where you're in an isolated town that doesn't really have any like access to anything else? Where in the in America, you go. Yeah, I mean,
that's this way.
Dickhead over here.
No, you got villages and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, but who wants to live near a village?
Yeah. People you shouldn't trust.
Village, that's the thing. You don't want to live near it, or you're like a leper or something. They make you sleep in the bushes.
I'm saying like here compared to America, like America, you've got so many like these small knit towns where it's like a lot of people they just live. Fucking are born to live in one town, never leave their town, and then like you get. That's how you get. That's such a weird kind of that mentality of just like wake up, go to church, go to your job, come home, and it's like that's like the real like core American blood, rootin' tootin', gun pointing, shooting.
What?
You know what I
mean? Wait, you said there's a correlation between going to church and then going to shoot people up in the street. You're on a really decent path there for a little bit. And towards the end, you just all tailed off onto the fucking.
I didn't say. I meant like like the very cliche like rural America, like America,
Texas.
Yeah, that stuff.
God and country. God made man, and Samuel Colt made him equal.
Thank you, Hayden.
Christ,
come on, boy, get it, get. I want to live in Texas. I want to speak.
No, you don't. No, you don't want to live in Texas, mate.
I do want to live in Texas. I want to live in Texas. I want to work on a ranch. I want a father-in-law who says things like, "Go on, get." I want to speak like that. It'd be great. Come on now.
With his coat on his hip.
Driving a big fuck off Ford F-150.
5 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, does 5 miles to 5 gallons. Shit.
Pull off the driver. That's it.
Another hole in the ozone layer.
I couldn't think of anything worse.
I
like London. I like London too much.
Oh, fuck that noise. London's a shithole. I want to get out.
It's a shithole. But it's like,
I'm getting to the point with London now where I kind of want to go out of it. That's just a pain in the arse.
The thing is that
that's where we've got to go next.
As okay as London is, I do think London's the best part of the UK.
No, yeah, no, I disagree. It
depends what you're looking for, though, innit?
But I
if
think
you want to go on a hike and see a beautiful sunrise, Stratford's not where you want to fucking go, boys.
Unless you go Roof East.
Roof East, mate.
Again, brand opportunities, they're available. No, but I lived in Bath for 2 years. Bath
sponsorship. That's what we should do.
No, I lived in Bath for 2 years. Bath is an amazing city to live in. I think Bristol's really good. Been to York for a weekend. That was really good.
Yeah, but you can't really have a basis of like wanting to like say, oh yeah, York would be lovely to live in. How do you know? I spent 2 days there.
Okay, fair enough. But Bath, I lived there for 2 years and would happily move there again. Happily.
Just a shame it's so expensive.
It's very expensive. It's a bit blue,
to be fair, we're in the studenty bit though, and it will be expensive because it's just taking a bunch of the students in it.
Yeah, but hey, when you got like Cheeky Tuesdays,
you can't go
expense is no option.
Fucking Tuesdays is always the good day.
£1 a Jaeger bomb. Thank you very much.
Yeah, 1 free 1 on Tuesday.
I just feel like sort of things like when I went to Edinburgh. Like Edinburgh is a very lovely city, especially like the centre where it's all Gothic. Very beautiful city. Would I want to live in Scotland?
Scotland. There's a lot of Scottish people there, aren't there?
Yeah, I mean,
problem with Scotland, isn't it?
No, not even the Scots like Scotland.
No, you'd be surprised.
They don't like anyone though, do they? I don't think.
But yeah, I mean, they valid reasons though, isn't it?
What, that they don't like other Scottish people?
Yeah.
I know a few Scottish people who are very proud to be Scottish.
That's fucking.
Yeah, so do I.
It's a bit shaky there. A lot of crackheads in Glasgow.
I'm part Scottish.
There's a lot of crackheads in London as well, in all fairness.
Yeah, granted. Granted, I'll give you that.
Especially down my way. I can't fucking move from.
Not move for a crackhead in our house.
Good lord.
That's the title. That's the
Good
title
luck.
sorted. Can't move for a crackhead in our house. Good grief.
So, hey, what's that fucking thing you was sharing earlier anyway with the bacon face masks?
Ah, right. So, some enterprising company, some absolute geniuses. Let me just pull this up. Oh god, I've just seen that picture.
It's grim, innit?
So, bear with me, boys. So this company, a load of companies obviously have got into making face masks and shit, taking advantage of the pandemic and stuff, because obviously everyone has to wear masks and stuff now. And this one company called Hormel have made a mask that is bacon scented. Hormel are a company, they describe themselves as the leader of breakfast meats in the US, right? And they make this mask, and they call it breathable bacon. So yeah, essentially it's a bacon scented face mask for the pandemic. I thought you might like one, Mike, given the vegan household.
Yeah,
birthday,
I don't get it. I don't want to get it.
I wouldn't want to go around smelling meat. Like,
you're gonna end up smelling your own breath, aren't you? Like, no matter what the thing's scented, like, if you're constantly breathing it, if you've got an hour commute to work on a train, you've got to wear it for an hour, you're breathing into it for an hour.
I feel like it'd be great for like 5 minutes. You'd be like, oh god, I love the smell of bacon. And then after that, you'd be like, I feel fucking sick.
Yeah.
This is disgusting.
That's the thing.
The smell of cooked meat on my face.
You could get, I think I saw KFC candles at one point.
KFC candles?
Yeah.
That's nuts. I think we all know what the craziest candle is, though.
What is the craziest candle?
What is that one?
Is it repackaged condoms?
No, it's that actress, I think. And she made candles scented like her vagina.
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, that's
That's a girl streamer bathtub water fucking power move there.
Yeah, that is niche.
Can you imagine how much money Belle Delphine would make if she sold candles scented like her vag? They would sell out. Boom.
A hot cakes.
I mean, if that's what you're calling it now, I don't know.
I'm down with the lingo.
Yeah, bacon mask is. Yeah, I don't know how long that would be.
I just
fun for.
I don't understand why anyone like.
My question is, how long does it smell like bacon? Because is it like a hubba bubba?
But out of all the
20 seconds and it's gone.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's the best watermelon chewing gum you've ever had for like 25 seconds, and then it's just a tasteless mash of mush in your mouth. It's like that. You're going to get 2 good sniffs of bacon out of it.
That's the thing.
Like £25 on this mask, and it's just a normal mask with bacon printed.
That's the thing. Out of all the flavors, out of all the smells in the world, like bacon does smell nice, but I just think there's just so many other better smells out there. So many.
I don't want a scented mask. It's just going to get sick. You're going to be rubbing shit on your face.
Oh, you do realise that I'm going to sound like I'm wearing a fucking tinfoil hat, but I promise it's true. That the reason bacon became so popular was because it was marketing. Bacon never used to be popular, and then
it was like a cheap cut.
It was a really cheap cut, and then but no one was buying a cheap cut anyway because everyone wanted more like gammon and stuff like that. So then they completely rebranded and really pushed heavily for bacon, saying that how it was really manly, all that kind of stuff. Do you know people like, oh yeah, I love beer and bacon and stuff like that?
I'd get some bacon, dear. It's I'm not a man if I don't eat bacon.
Didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I can't find the article, but there's a massive article about it. So trust me, if there's anything you can believe, it's what a stranger wrote on the internet.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
all they needed to do was just say it had protein in it, and then anyone would buy it.
Yeah, to be fair.
They're adding protein everything nowadays. Like,
yeah, it's all the gym meds.
And the regular fucking version has got more protein in it than the protein version.
Packet of carbs, the protein version. So you got work. So you got to buy more because you put on weight. And you're like, oh, I've got to eat protein. That's one thing that gets me. People that think protein is like healthy. Like I know it's not unhealthy, but you know, people are like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, right? So I'm going to start having protein shakes. And it's like that's not how it works.
No, it's not.
If you're going to have a protein shake like instead of lunch, then and because it's going to help you with like a calorie deficit, then fair enough. But just to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go on the treadmill and have some protein. Like the protein's not going to help you get less fat.
And the thing,
I think the main thing was that protein's quite satiating, so you don't eat for long. But it's not going to be like I'm going to have a week worth of protein shakes and that's it. You're going to lose blood.
Yeah, but the people that eat, like they'll eat the same, and like I guess they'll be doing exercise or whatever, but they'll eat the same and then have protein on top of that and think it's gonna that's not gonna help you lose. Like weight loss is a calorie in, calorie out thing, and if you're eating the same food, putting protein on top is just gonna give you more calories. It's not gonna help.
Yeah, but it's like when people found out that when you tell someone, oh yeah, if you have loads of carbs, you'll put on weight, then the natural reaction is to go, I'm just gonna cut all carbs then. It's like, oh no, don't do that. Like it's moderation. Like
it's like the Atkins diet, didn't he? And then he died.
Atkins. I was talking to someone about this ages ago, and I was trying to think of who made that diet, and it was Atkins.
Yeah, Atkins. And then I think he died because he
heart attack.
He got a heart attack. Literally, because he was obese. Like he was a big bloke.
Clogged arteries. It's not funny. I shouldn't laugh at that, really.
So what is the Atkins diet? I have no idea.
The Atkins diet is where you basically cut carbs, but you cut to a certain calorie deficit.
Yeah, you're basically eating just meat.
Literally next to no sugar, or no protein sugar, which would lead to mega headaches.
Yeah,
like people who try to do keto or something like that, where it's literally you're just living off the barely nothing. I mean, it works for some people.
It's a very strict body works, isn't it? Because
it's a very strict. It basically just forces your body to survive. It picks from the fat stores rather than the compensated sugar that comes from carbohydrates. So it's.
But the thing with that is, though, isn't it like you have to give it a certain amount of? I think it's like 2-3 weeks for it to like really start kicking in. But then I think where people were doing it for like 3-4 days and then going, it's not working. I just feel really tired all the time. I'm gonna go have 6 cakes for breakfast now to make up for it. Yeah. And it's like
if you're doing keto, you've really got to, because I think you do have some carbs on keto, don't you? But it's just like really small amounts of natural. It would be like have 3 dates this week. And that's your carbs. And apparently it stinks when you do it.
Do you know what we need here? An actual nutritionist who knows what they're on about.
Yeah, but I mean, all this stuff is very easily to read up on. Like, it's
you don't need a nutritionist to tell you what keto or the Atkins diet is.
No,
and isn't nutritionist the not scientific term? Like, isn't dietitian the term? It's like the difference between a dentist and a physiologist, sort of thing. Like a nutritionist, I can be a nutritionist. I can say I'm a nutritionist.
Yeah, because all nutritional info is readily available on the World Wide Web for anyone to look up.
But to call yourself a dietitian, you actually have to. That's like the medical. You have to have whatever certification it is, qualification to say.
Yeah.
So you actually have 3 nutritionists here telling you what it is.
So you've embarrassed yourself.
That's 3.
I've been doing about myself. I'm fine.
Yeah, the headaches from that cutting out sugar like that is just too much. I mean, I could barely cut out coffee, so
no, I'm fully addicted to coffee now.
Yeah, and I only have 1 cup a day, but I'm just like,
I
can't function without it. Just like my head feels like I've got it in a vice. If I don't have it for 2 days, I'm like,
me too. I never used to like coffee. I'd like smell coffee and be like, that doesn't even smell good. Now I'm like, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to have my cup of coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have sugar in it anymore. I've cut the sugar.
My cup of Joe.
It's the first thing I do every morning. I get on my desk. I'm just like, right, coffee. Finish the coffee.
The jar. I'll be like chewing that bitch.
Yeah, spin it into a fucking tin bucket or something.
But maybe we'll leave addictions for another time.
Yeah, that might be a topic for it because I feel like we've all got our vices. So
yeah, I've got tons.
Yeah,
I don't have a single vice.
I got vice in the garage.
fuck off.
I feel like we're talking about different vices.
Yeah.
You got.
No, I was going to say, so it looks like we're actually coming towards the end. So as a departing topic, Bojo saying no sexo with someone else in your household.
Basically,
you can't have sex with anyone who doesn't live with you.
I mean, people are going to do it anyway, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Although I will say, you can... So like me, I live on my own, right? So I'm allowed to have a support bubble, so I can go and visit. Like, because you lot all live with people, you're not supposed to go and visit other households, right? Whereas because I live on my own, I can go and visit people. So in theory, I could smash, but it's a bit wasted, really, on me, I guess, isn't it? But
you're just going to see the rate of dogging going up, I feel like.
But fuck me, like, there's got to draw a line.
It's the whole point, Hannah. We can't.
I mean. I mean, like, I'll be honest with you. If I went out to fuck and got COVID and I was on my deathbed and they were like, "You're gonna die," and was it worth it? I'd look you square in the eye and be like,
"Damn right, it was."
Not a damn thing. Like, not at all. I'll take the risk. I looked outside, saw the COVID, and thought,
"Saw the COVID."
It's worth it. I'm going to take the risk.
Particularly more COVID-y today than it was yesterday.
So
hangs in the air.
Is the rule? Is literally there's just no mixing ourselves apart from your.
Unless you're in a pub beer garden.
Yeah.
So, because that makes all.
The four of us could go to the pub and sit in a beer garden and book a table and sit next to another table full of people who are all from 4 different households as well, and that's absolutely fine because there's no roof.
And we could all dog if we don't get caught. Because that's a whole different law.
But
it would be okay to have sex in that setting.
But with the beer garden rule, then, so what's the rule with umbrellas?
Oh, you're getting too much.
It's fucking stupid.
I mean, again, I'm not in London or Essex, so I haven't got to deal with this issue. Of course, I just don't have any friends, so it's sort of a moot point, really. But I can still have up to 6 people in my household.
Yeah, so that was really be my question. So are you allowed more or 6 or sets of 6 or whatever in a back garden of someone's household, or are you?
I don't
think anyone knows.
So.
I don't know if they thought this through. They went, gym's open, pub's open, houses no.
That's the thing. I legally can't go and visit my mum and dad's, but if I wanted to go play a game of Sunday League tomorrow, I could.
Yeah, that's the nuts thing.
That's 22 people.
No, essentially what it is that you can mingle with other people as long as it's an activity where you would be spending money.
Oh, of course,
that's exactly what it is.
You've got to keep the country alive, yeah, of course.
Yeah, unless you're like.
But you've all got to fuck off home at 10.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Or unless you're Liverpool, raving the streets.
Yeah.
But even that, like, I get, like, the people in Liverpool shouldn't have gone and done that. But at the same time, it's like the government. Well, they should be. I feel like saying to people, you've got this extended amount of time before the rules change. So, up until like Monday at midnight or whatever it was, or up until Friday at midnight, the rules are going to change. So naturally, you tell everyone on a Thursday that come Saturday you can't go out to the pub with your mates or anything anymore. So what are you going to do Friday night? Like you still legally can.
Exactly.
This is the thing I think as well. I think I do think we're babied quite a lot by the government in this country. Like we're told you can do this, but don't do that because it's naughty.
You fucking need
to.
And
I think as a result, I think a lot of people are just are quite childish in that sense, and they will do things like it's chucking out time at 10 o'clock, so we'll all just go to the offie and just have a bit of a
party down the field,
or whatever. Yeah, because there's no law against that. So, and it's a bit of a like things like that what the kids do. Don't climb on that, and then they climb on something else. And you say, "But I didn't say I couldn't climb on this." And it's like that. You didn't say we couldn't gather in huge groups in the streets and get drunk. You know what I mean? And it's just like, shut the fuck up.
But I feel like, I mean, the thing is, you say we're baby too much, but I feel like people would still act like idiots, regardless of whether.
We might be baby too much, but I think a lot of people need to be baby.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but then you never learn, though. That's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah, but people are learning.
But that's the thing.
That's the thing. Never make you tie your own shoelaces. You'd never learn.
But I think more the issue is we're there's all these rules, but really, from what I've seen anyway, and I might be wrong because I luckily don't live in the more sort of affected areas, but it doesn't seem to be if you do break those rules, there doesn't seem to be any sort of real consequence.
Yeah, some of it's fucking crazy. So the government part, like a good example of that, Mike, is the government passed a law that is now it's law. It's not like this is guidance or this is what we're supposed to be doing as COVID restriction. This is like it's in law, right? It's a criminal offense if you don't do it. You legally have to wear a face covering if you go into a shop, right? But there were shops that weren't enforcing it, like Sainsbury's or whatever. I don't know if it was specifically Sainsbury's, but there were supermarkets that weren't enforcing it because they were like, we haven't got the staff to do it. And like, what are we supposed to do? Put our like cashiers and stuff like in harm's way or, you know, to try and solve this. And they were getting notices from the council saying, you haven't been enforcing it. You're going to get this big fine. And then the supermarkets took it to like the government, like not like it was local government that was saying, you're going to get this fine, you need to enforce it. And they took it to central government, who came back and said like, yeah, you don't have to enforce it. So the government have passed a law that they're now saying that doesn't have to be enforced. And like, what's the other option really? Ring 999 and get a fucking squad car around every time someone doesn't wear a mask. Like, fuck. It's a fucking disaster. It's an absolute disaster.
The fine on the train is up to $6,500 now. But if you could drive a car that's not MOT'd and insured, and the fine is £1,000.
Well, at least you're not going to be mingling with other people that way. But long story short, it's all fucked. No one knows what's going on.
No, it's fucking crazy.
But I feel like we're going down a very deep rabbit hole, and we're at that time where we kind of need to wrap it up. I'm just going to throw a spanner in that.
Is there, Bleach? Because we're not allowed to sleep with anybody outside our house. And if we did, I'd be worried I'd get one of those used Johnnies from Vietnam. So, I mean,
don't even know the thoughts of that. There's
not for the first time.
No. But thank you everyone for jumping in and joining. And Mike, did you want to go through any other notifications that came in during stream?
Yes, I want to shout out FFC Dan, Blondie _X, It's Not Very Punny, Mr. Cookie 925, High Price Tag, Juds, Sharon Kareen. Thank you all very much for the follows.
Yeah, thanks guys. All appreciated.
And thank you all for your lovely comments as well. We've tried to reply to as much of them as we can during. But yeah, and if in future episodes you have any questions that we want us to answer, feel free to put them in the chat. We'll make notes of them and we will try our best to address them at some point in the podcast.
Experience.
Yes, it's a pilot. So
yes,
if it doesn't get picked up, we can only apologise.
Yeah. If it doesn't get picked up, we would all go to our other jobs in that Vietnam factory. Just carry on reshaping those used Johnnies.
Can I also just quickly apologise? I may have said Sharon Green. I'm obviously meant to say Shannon Green. I do apologise. I do apologise. Sorry, Shannon, not Sharon. My bad.
Say Sharon Green.
I was reading it very quickly and I fucked it. Sorry.
Yeah, you can get in trouble now, Mike.
Nice. Go on, Mike. Send us away.
Huh?
Said send us away.
Send us away. Oh,
thank you all for joining.
Thank you very much,
thanks, guys.
Until the next one. See you later.
The Grey Fox _
Follow.